Let's talk about poor man's eBay reset method once again. Some updates, some new things that I've tried, some results as well. Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Polish Pete, eBay reseller based in UK. I buy cheap ladies clothing in bulk and I sell them individually on eBay for a profit. I'm also an unpaid carer for disabled and elderly person who lives abroad, which takes bulk of my time. It's my kind of main occupation. Today I would like to talk about poor man's method once again, something about new things that I've tried and what has happened to my sales and my traffic and where am I going with this method next. But first, I would like to address some comments under my recent traffic analysis video. I would like to thank you very much for all your comments. There was many of them. I've read them all. But there are a few things that need to be clarified. So the issue was that I have taken to the analysis period of the year when sales naturally go up. First of all, I haven't. I have compared October to January. Now, if there was anything significant in this way of thinking, that this is the period of the year where sales go up naturally, then I should rather have a dip in sales in January, shouldn't I? Because that period ends in December before Christmas, and then it dips. Second, I sell cheap and common ladies' clothing. Come Christmas, a lot of my customers have to choose between turkey crown and pair of jeans from eBay because they can't afford both. And historically, they were choosing turkey crown because historically my sales were not booming in Q4. Historically, Q4, I see no extra sales at all. Next, the most important thing. I have grown my sales significantly since I started using this method, meaning from 28th of October. If I compare October sales to January and February sales, I have almost doubled them. It's not 20% extra, it's not 30% extra, I have almost doubled them. It's like 80% extra. And this can't be a coincidence. There must be a reason for this growth of sales. Keep in mind that I haven't grown my shop. I'm still at 1,500 items in my shop, 1,500 buy it nows and 600 7-day auctions. This is all I use because this is my free allocation. I'm not paying extra insertion fees to get more items live. So every single month, the same amount of listings is going live. 1,500 buy it nows and 600 7-day auctions. Whatever I end and sell similar, that's what it's going. It's ending and selling similar and adding items to replace what have sold. And that's it. Now, with that being said, I didn't have a zero sales day for over 150 days. Not with 20,000 items in my shop, with 1,500 on a very saturated market. It's not a massive achievement, it's nothing to brag about, but still, it shows that sales are super stable. On top of that, last 15 weeks in a row, 15 weeks in a row, I have taken more money than in respective weeks last year. Now this can't be coincidence either. If I was like improving for 3 weeks, then a dip, improving for 5 weeks, then a dip, improving for 2 weeks, then a dip, then I wouldn't be able to say that there is a correlation. But I'm improving my sales compared to last year for 15 weeks in a row, week in, week out, no dips, no hiccups. Next, every month, starting from October as my base, I have taken more money than in previous month. Yeah? Only in February I have taken a little bit less than in January. But February was 2 days shorter than January and 2 days shorter than December. Despite of that, I still have taken more money in February that I have taken in December. And if you compare it to January, yeah, if I had those 2 days missing, those 2 days that were missing, if I had them as my even below average day, I would still beat the January. I needed 2 days with 75 pounds each. And my average for February was 82 pounds. So I needed 2 days below my average to beat January. If February had 31 days, I'm pretty sure I would beat January as well. And all of that despite having a significant handbrake in February due to those half a dozen late delivery defects that I have received on one day. It's in the videos, guys. Go and have a look if you haven't seen it. Another thing is that for I can't remember how long because I didn't make notes, I'm up month on month, meaning I keep sales in green in last 31 days compared to previous 31 days. Every single day except 3 days when I had a dip, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so or 2 months ago, but I had bounced back immediately after those 3 days. And I'm having a problem right now at the moment. Today, I'm recording this on Tuesday. So today, I went down. I'm like 5% in red. But it's still early in the morning. I can still make it up and be above the line at the end of the day. So, and it's harder and harder and harder every day, every week, every month to be in green because you are comparing yourself to ever growing base. Because if your sales are higher in last 31 days than they were in the previous 31 days, next month you will have to be here because your base will be here. Next month you will have to be here because your base will be here. Yeah, because your base is still growing. Because if you are improving yourself every 31 days, then your base is going up. So it's harder and harder and harder to improve yourself because you have to improve yourself even more with still the same 1500 listings. Next, I can observe slow but very steady improvement in almost every single important metrics. I'm losing promoted listing impressions and I'm losing non-search impressions. But I think we can agree that these are the two least important numbers. In fact, some may say that losing on those numbers is actually improvement. Yeah? There is only one number that is not going up, and this is overall impressions, which makes me thinking that for this amount of items and this kind of items that I have in my shop, this is what eBay gives me. It's 6 million impressions and some change per month, and that's it. And all I can do is try to sell more out of the same traffic, meaning trying to force eBay to give me better quality traffic, to put my listings higher and higher and higher in search results, which is something that this method provides for, at least for me on my shop, on my account. So, what are the new things that I have done? Two things here, three things really. Two with inconsistent results. The third thing I just have started, so I can't say much about it. So 4 years, I mean from 2018 or so, I'm sending my offers in the morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Well, 7:45 to 8:15, say. And my pattern of sales for the day was that I was having three more or less equal chunks of sales. In the morning, like 6 to 9 a.m., then in lunchtime, about noon till 2 p.m., and then in the evening, say between 7 and 11 p.m. And those chunks were pretty much equal. Maybe that lunchtime chunk was a little bit smaller and this evening chunk was a little bit bigger. Yeah, but more or less they were pretty much the same. However, in recent months, I have started to notice change in the pattern. Most of my sales I'm getting in the evening now. I mean literally half of them or even more in the evening. Lunchtimes are very quiet and mornings are a little bit quiet as well. So I've decided to send my offers now in 2 batches. So I wake up in the morning, whatever is there, I send it. And clearing it to zero watchers. Then, about 4 or 5 p.m., say before 5, yeah, quarter to 5, 20 to 5, everything that came up on that day, I clear it again. I send offers to watchers. So, sales are pretty much the same. I didn't notice like an improvement in sales. The only thing that I get is even more sales in the evening. So I don't know if it works. Would I get the same sales if I was waiting till the next morning with that batch of evening offers? I don't know. I will run it for 4 to 6 weeks like that, and I'll make a judgment after that. Second new thing that I have tried is, convinced by one of the viewers actually, was a bulk drop in the price. I've dropped the price on all my items by 1 pence, 1 penny. On Monday, after changing that dispatch time from 1 to 3 days, which always slows me down. So to counteract that slowdown, I've dropped the price by 1 penny. First week, it did the trick, in my opinion. It did the trick. Second, not so much. Third week, I've raised the price. I put up the price by 1 pence, because I had 2 weeks going down. So on the third week, I said, let's put it up and see what happens. Total fail, total fail. Sales have stopped entirely. I had to go back to it in the evening, or say late afternoon, and I have dropped the price by 1 pence. That has helped. I had 3 sales right off the bat, by doing that. So fourth week, I dropped it again. Didn't help at all. So I would say dropping the price on all my items by 1 pence, it doesn't do any harm. But does it help? I don't know. If you have a really, really bad day, you can do it because it won't harm you, but it may help. It's kind of like, I don't know what to do, let's do this because, maybe it will help. That's how I see it at the moment. Because obviously by dropping that price, you kind of force algorithm to recalculate your items and make them a little bit more visible. It literally takes 5 minutes to do it, so it's not like a massive time waster or something. So even if it won't help you, you are not like wasting hours to do it. Yeah. The only drawback, and this is for the guys in Europe, is when you drop, or for that matter rise the price, even by 1 pence, doesn't matter how much, what is the change, you can't run markdown sale. This doesn't apply to to US guys, as far as I understand. But in Europe, we have a law that you can mark down an item only if it has been available for that price for 14 days. So as soon as you put the price down, you have to wait 14 days to put that item into markdown sale, which means that next week or whatever, you're gonna put the price down again by 1 pence, and again you have to wait. So you will never be able to put this in the markdown sale because you are dropping that price more often than 14 days. So that has to be said. So this law prevents fake markdowns. So like you've got an item for $10, yeah? Then you change the price to $20 and you make a markdown sale 50% off, and you are back in $10, and that's really fake sale because it was $10 straight from the beginning, yeah? And this is illegal in Europe, basically. Then this week I have tried another new thing, but I don't know if it works or not because I only did it once. Yeah. So there is a saying that you can't teach old pony new tricks. Yeah. And it's a good saying, but you don't have to teach old pony new tricks, because old tricks still work. Yeah. So there is a video over here. I'll be talking about this method, and it's explained over here in this video a bit more. It's a very old method. A very old method. Basically, most of the eBay sellers either don't know it at all, or they have knew it, but they have forgotten it. It's a super old method, goes back to like 10 years. So basically, when you lower the price, even by 1 pence, on the items that have active watchers, so there is an item and you have number of watchers, 1 watcher, 2 watcher, 3 watcher, 10 watchers, yeah? If it has that number, even if you have sent out offers, doesn't matter. What matters is items still have watchers. So when you drop the price, those watchers get an email from from eBay. It's not app notification, it's not eBay message, it's an old traditional email. And that's the problem with this method, because there is many people that don't read eBay emails. I don't read eBay emails. I've got an email and I don't even check that email box. So yeah, so they get an email, hey, the seller has dropped the price on this item. And I did it on Monday. I've dropped the price on about 200 items. That's how many items had a watcher. And right off the bat, within say an hour and a half, I had 2 sales on items with watchers. So I kind of know that it may have been my emails that provided those sales. I can't be 100% sure because, you know, there's no way I can say it, but those items had watchers and they have sold right after I did it. So I think it was kind of prompted by this. It may have been prompted by this method. So what's the way forward? I think this method works and it will carry on working. I know Primo Kimo is, for example, he is worried that nuclear reset at some point will stop to work because eBay will do something to stop it to work. This, my poor man's method, is kind of less unnatural than ending and selling similar every single day. I end and sell similar and let them run for 30 days. It's kind of more natural, more natural looking, more like flying under the radar, if that makes sense. So with that method, I only do it like twice a week. So, and only part of my items, not every single item. So yeah, I think it is classed as a more natural in the eyes of the algorithm, but obviously I can't guarantee anything because I'm not an algorithm. If there will be hundreds of thousands of people doing this, maybe algorithm will counteract. I don't know. What I'm trying to do now is limit my promoted listings even more. So any new items that I have listed, I run it without promoting for 13 days and some change, 13 and a half days. And then when I add them into my campaign, I skip every item that has at least 10 views in those 13 days. So if it had 10 views, I let it run without promoting, because it means it's fairly visible in the search if it already has 10 views and I only need another one to sell it, basically. Yeah, there is always a chance that next view will sell it. So there's no point to promote it because it already has views, meaning it is visible in search. Now, every end and sell similar item, I give it 6 to 11 days depending on which day of the week it goes live. So as I add them into my campaign, once a week, I do it on Monday to counteract that Monday blues. So when I'm adding them to my campaign after 6 or 11 days that they were running without promoting, I applied the same rule. 10 views, don't promote. Yeah? Until next end and sell similar, until next 6 to 11 days. And if it doesn't have a 10 views, then goes to promote it. If it has 10 views, don't promote it at all. Yeah? And next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to extend those periods. Maybe from 13 days to 20 days, maybe from 6 to 11 days to minimum 11 days. I am still thinking about it. Then maybe I will get rid of promoted listings at all at the end of the day, or just try to promote items that are at least 1 year old or 2 years old or 18 months old, something like that. My feeling at the moment is that you get nothing extra from promoted listings. For me, it looks like it only changes certain number of organic impressions to certain number of promoted impressions. Now, number of promoted impressions is way much higher, but you need way much more of them to make a sale than when you use organic traffic, organic impressions only. Yeah, and at the end of the day, you pay extra. So for me, at the moment and this point, there is not a single point in eBay's promoted listings, standard, dynamic, advanced, display ads, offsite ads, nothing in this that gives you an extra, or nothing in this that you can get cheaper, better by doing it yourself. Now, why 10 views? Why I am adding them? Why I'm skipping them when they had 10 views? Why not 5? Why not 15? So, if you go to your traffic page, scroll down, there will be items itemized, items itemized. Yeah, down there when you scroll down, click in salts, and click in the bottom to see 100 or whatever, as many as you can. And you've got items that have sold, and you've got how many views each item had before it sold. And now start looking at it, start looking for pattern. For me, the pattern is my item is sold before it has 20 views. So every item, almost, with some exceptions, with exception of dresses, with exception of coats, basically, when I see my solds, almost none of them have more than 20 views, which means item sells before it get 20th view. So I know basically that if I can drive 20 views to the item, it will sell. Yeah, with some exceptions. Yeah, with some exceptions. So if I can get 10 views, that I'm already halfway through. So every next view can sell this item basically. So there is no point for me to promote it, because every single view can sell this item already, because I'm already halfway. Yeah. Yeah. So, but that is excluding dresses and coats, because dresses, for example, I can have 100 views on dress and still not sell it. I don't know why. I have no clue. Why is that that ladies have to look at dresses so many more times that, for example, on skirt? If the skirt had 100 views, it would have been sold 5 times already. Honestly. I don't know why it's that. I don't know why it is that. Yeah. So last time I have checked, I literally had in my whole shop, whole 1500 items, I clicked sort by views, and I had 13 items. If I excluded dresses, I had 13 items only that had more than 20 views and didn't sell. And there was about 20 dresses on top of that. So altogether, 33 items out of 1500 that had 20 views and didn't sell. Yeah. Obviously, there is plenty of items that have 5, 10, 15 views in the 30-day cycle, and they don't sell, and they will not sell. But getting 20 views, for me, it is very uncommon that item will not sell after those 20 views. So if you haven't checked that number, actually, never before, go and have a look. Yeah, it will give you some sort of idea on how many views do you need per item to get that sale, and how many views do you need. So let's say item has 10 views, so you know that you don't need to promote it. So if your number will be 50, so then let's say if you see a item has 30 views, then you won't promote it because you are halfway to 50. Yeah. As an example. Yeah. As an example. And then on top of everything else, yeah, if I know that I've got 20 views will sell the item, if I can do something to drive traffic from social media, and if I can have 50 people to look at that item and go to my shop, then I know it's sold. Because those 50 people will go to my shop and see this item, and one of them will buy it. And then on top of that, everything else, if you see your item has 20 views, or I see my item has 20 views and it didn't sell, then I know there may be something wrong with this item. So I can go and have a look. I can investigate. Is there an error in listing? Is there something wrong? For example, item is size 20 and I've put 12 to title or to item specifics, and people are confused, and that's why they are not buying it. Yeah, or a blurry photo or whatever. Yeah, I can investigate because I know that it can be something wrong with this item. And the last thing that I'm going to implement for good now, or for at least some time, is this penny drop for items that have watchers on. Yeah, because that allows me to do markdown sale as well, because I will only drop the price on 200 items, so I've got all the rest to cherry pick 200 to make a markdown sale out of those 200. So yeah, and that would be it, guys. If you have questions, let me know in the comments section. I will try to answer or make a video about it. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. If you have, please don't forget to click that like button. If you wish to support the channel further, consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. God bless you all, and bye bye.